Kia ora, Year 11s. By the end of this tutorial, my goal for you is that you'll be comfortable with calculations to do with gravitational potential energy. So the first section, as you can see on the left, is solving for gravitational potential energy. The first question is asking us, a hiker lifts a 12 kg backpack onto a rock that is 1.5 meters high. How much gravitational potential energy does the backpack gain? Okay, so the first thing that you should do is you should always write notes on what information you have from the question. So as you can see here, the hiker lifts a 12 kg backpack. So that is a mass value that I'm going to write here, 12 kgs. What else do we have given? Okay, so this hiker lifts the bag onto a rock that is 1.5 meters high. Okay, so that is the height. And what we need to figure out according to the question is the gravitational potential energy. Now that I have this information, I can go ahead and try solve this equation. Okay, so the first step for that is to write the equation. So the equation is EP equals mgh. The next step that we're going to do is we need to substitute the values that we have been given by the question. So we know that EP is unknown. We know that the mass is 12 kgs. We know that g, which is gravity, the acceleration caused by gravity, is 10 meters per second. And then the height of this backpack is 1.5 meters high. Okay? So, the last step is to solve. So get your calculator out and type in the following: 12 times 10 times 1.5. And what you should get is 180. Don't forget units. Energy is measured in joules, and that is the final answer. Okay, so section A will require you to do the same process for all of the questions from 1 to 5. I think that is pretty straightforward. Use this as a template to work out the other ones. What I'll skip ahead to is section B. So when you're ready, when you've finished all of section A, you can move on to section B and follow along with me. So take some time to just pause and work through section A. Assuming that you've done that, let's move on to section B. Okay, so in section B, I'm going to start off with question 6. A cat sitting on a windowsill has 98 joules of gravitational potential energy. If it has a mass of 5 kgs, how high is the windowsill? So just like we did before, we need to write out what we have and what we don't have, okay? Pays to have a highlighter, okay, so you can identify these variables. So we can see that the cat has a gravitational potential energy, a GPE, of 98 joules. Okay, this is how much of gravitational potential energy is stored in the cat. Its mass is 5 kgs. And what we're trying to figure out, or what we don't have, is height. Okay. First step, write out the equation. EP equals m, which is mass times gravity times height. Okay. So let me just write that like I have before for consistency. Okie doke. Now that we've written our first step out, which is the equation, let's call in the subs. Let's substitute everything in. EP, gravitational potential energy, is 98. The mass is 5 kgs. Acceleration due to gravity is always going to be 10 meters per second in year 11. And the height is what we're trying to figure out, so I'm just going to leave it as h. Now that we've subbed everything in, what we can do is simplify. Whenever you have things that are being multiplied, okay, you can always smush them together and simplify them, okay? So To simplify this, I can times the 5 with the 10. But I cannot times it with the h because that is still unknown, okay? So that is left unsimplified. So 5 times 10 is 50 times h, okay? That's as simple as I can go. So once you've simplified it, all you need to do is rearrange this whole equation so that you'll be left with h, okay? So let's go ahead and rearrange this equation to find out what the height is. Currently we can see that height is being times by 50. It's being multiplied by 50. So what is the opposite of multiplication? That's right, it's division. So to undo times by 50, what I can do to undo it or get rid of it is divide this whole side by 50 to cancel that out. So once you divide this side by 50, whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to divide the 98 by 50 as well. Pretend the equal sign is like a little mirror. Okay, and so if I were to rewrite this equation, I will have height equals 98 over 50. And if you plug that into your calculator, I suggest you go try that out. 98 divided by 50 is going to be 1.96 meters. So this cat is sitting 1.96 meters above the ground, okay, on a windowsill. And that is how you do it. I might do another one of these just so that you can get the hang of it. So I'll do number 7 with you as well, and then you can try the rest by yourself. All right, so a water bottle has a GPE of 58.8 joules and a mass of 2 kgs. How high was it lifted? Let's do this. First step, you must be getting sick of this, but that means you've got it drilled into you. EP equals mgh. Call in the subs. We know that the gravitational potential energy is 58.8. We know that the mass is 2 kgs. Gravity is 10 meters per second. And then the height is what we're trying to figure out. We can definitely simplify this. So what it would be simplified to is 58.8 equals 2 times 10, which is 20 over here, times height. Now we need to rearrange to get height by itself so we can figure it out. So currently it's being times by 20. The opposite of times 20 is divide by 20 to cancel it out. Have to do the same thing on the other side of the equal sign. And what I'm left with is height equals 58.8 divided by 20. Okay, so plugging that into your calculator, you should get 2.94 meters, and do not forget the units, okay? All right, I am going to move on to section C, but please finish section B for your own good and practice, okay? But have a look at what I'm going to do for part C now, and it should be pretty straightforward, team. Okay, number 11. A bag of oranges is placed 2 meters, so this is the height, 2 meters off the ground, and has 196 joules of gravitational potential energy. So the GPE is 196 joules. What is the mass of the bag? That's what we're trying to figure out. So we'll write our equation out. EP equals mgh. That's the first step. Now, calling in the subs, we've got EP, gravitational potential energy, is 196. The mass is what we're trying to figure out. And then we've got gravity, which is 10 meters per second, and height is 2 meters. Okay, so just like section B, you're going to simplify the equation first. And so we can simplify this equation by multiplying 10 with 2, okay, and smush them together to get 196 equals m times 20. Now, we need to rearrange to find mass. So currently, it is being timesed by 20. What we need to do to get rid of times by 20 is divide by 20. So divide the whole side by 20, that means we have to divide this side by 20. What we're left with is mass equals 196 divided by 20. And if you enter that into your calculator, 196 divided by 20 is 9.8 kgs. So the bag of oranges, okay, has a mass of 9.8 kgs. Pretty simple, team, once you get the hang of it. You've got this. Let me know if you need a hand. But hopefully this template makes a little bit more sense.